Hello, everyone, and welcome to the episode of Iron Panther Presents, maybe a nighttime cast, as you can see. But we got Stacey, we got Kim, we got Jamani, as we shall be talking about the Amazon show Riches, which dropped all 6 episodes. Only 6 episodes, must be a British thing. And we appreciate that. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. And this show was quality, I will say. But anyway, Stacey, and she actually wants to do this review. What did you think about the series, please?
I thought it was good. I was somewhat surprised, though my expectations were really low. Especially the first episode, I was like, oh God. But I will say the British do it better. 6 episodes, Tyler Perry. Like, get to the point, have dialogue that goes places. Don't introduce random storylines. They go nowhere. Just get to the point, tell a story. 6 episodes. Done.
Yes. All is that it?
Hmm?
Okay. Succinct and meaningful is what I got out of Stacey's review. Okay. Not drawn out and confusing
Yes.
as with Tyler Perry, or just senseless, like Reasonable Doubt. Like, what the fuck are we doing right now? Like,
no N-words. Did I hear N-words?
That's because they're British, and nigga is an American original.
Listen, I watched Top Boy, and it's a whole lot of niggas in Top Boy.
Interesting. See, I thought because they're in Britain. That's what I thought.
No.
I was like, interesting.
It's
Because I remember
in
Uncle
Britain.
Ruckus. I remember Uncle Ruckus was like, nigga is an America original. I was like, Uncle Ruckus, hilarious. But anyway, I digress. Kim, what did you think of this series?
I enjoyed it. It kept me entertained the entire time. It, like Stacey said, it was not too long. It was just right. It ended where it needed to end. And British, they do it better. They do procedurals better. They tell a story better, whether it's a crime story, whether it's just a regular story. They just do it better. So, but the young lady who actually wrote this, she has written for like How to Get Away with Murder, huh?
The hair. Is that what I was
I forgot my hair. I was gonna do the ponytail thing behind Kim, the slick back. I was gonna put a ponytail on.
Oh,
Okay.
And I forgot.
I thought someone was. I was like, wait a minute.
What are you
No,
doing?
I was
Is
just
your hair messed
thinking.
up?
I was gonna do like a red lip. Like she inspired me with the red lip.
Oh.
I was like,
you still gonna do it? We got time.
Yeah, you can still do it.
I don't want you.
We're here.
All right, actually, she wanted to make a whole reveal out of it and shit.
yeah, I wanted it to be like a whole thing.
Oh no! All right.
But I got into some other stuff. So.
All right, that's your business. All right, but whatever. So Kim, you were saying before the hair.
Yeah. So yeah, the writer, she's done a lot of American shows. Like she did. What are you doing? She's done How to Get Away with Murder and some other shows. I can't think of them right now, but she's done a number of shows, right? Mm-hmm. But this show, I think she did a pretty good job for it to be her, I would say, 3rd show that she did on her own, basically. Not because she did First Lady, and she did another one, but I can't remember what it was. But this is her 3rd try at it by herself, right? Right. So I think she did a pretty good job telling the story and giving us enough information that we understand the story and we know who's the bad guy, who's the good guy. Like, we're not like confused about what is happening right now, all of that. And she didn't make it too long, like I said. So I enjoyed everything. I thought all of the actors were very talented. All of them showed all the emotions that they needed to show at that time. The young lady who's pretty much Nina, she's the star of it. We saw her in Napa. Yeah. So I think she's a very good actress. And I think
she?
Yeah. She was the daughter. She was in Napa, the wine when we showed.
She was the lead. She was the lead daughter.
She was the daughter, and she absolutely was, y'all.
All right,
she was not.
Okay,
I got to look it up.
You talking about Nina was the daughter?
Nina was the daughter who was running the company for her father.
I got to look that up too.
Okay, what's the name of it? Napa. What was it?
Kings of Napa. You said Kings of Napa. I mean, I heard you.
Kings of Napa. Yeah.
I remember you said that to me, and I was like, I gotta look that. All right. I mean, she was in them. And
I remember her being in them.
And she was the mom. Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So like she was the mom in them. I guess she was the dead mom in Fatherhood. I don't think she was a girl. Anyway, we getting off track. You were saying, Kim, we can research this.
No, I mean anyway, that girl, her name is Ebony in real life, but Ebony did a really good job. So I enjoyed.
I think you're confusing somebody.
I think because it's not on her list. So we got anyway.
Yeah, I don't see her on the list.
That's some other
That's a different. Well, maybe it was a different show. I know I saw her in something.
It was them.
I remember her from them.
Yeah.
Was it them?
Yeah.
At first, I thought she was. At a glance, I thought she was the girl from How to Get Away with Murder.
She's from them. You're right. That's it. That's her. Okay. All right. I confused her with the other girl.
It's all good.
Yeah, she looks like the other lady too.
Yeah.
The young lady, the Annalise's student. Is that what you're saying?
At first, I was like, "Oh, that's her," but then it was not her. But and then there's another girl that has that same kind of look. Dark skin, really pretty. I can't think of her name.
Because there's a lot of them that kind of look similar.
They have that look.
They have that look. Yeah.
Hey, let's if you're done.
But anyway, yes, I'm done. I we can talk about the rest of it.
We getting off track. Jamani, before we get into all this, what you got?
Man, that first episode was really slow. I'm like, until they started reading the will, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it through the show. But it got interesting. It is very like the pacing, kind of like, I should say pacing. I should say the way that British shows go. It was very off-putting. Like their choice for scoring, like in American shows, is everything is like the music is like da da da, like tension and suspense, and it's just very dry. Like I know that, like I know like British humor is dry, but like I didn't know their dramas were like so flat and dry. Like the cliffhangers just credits. Like there's no music or anything behind it. It was just very I should say, like, yeah, it was
unseasoned. That's why I'm here is unseasoned. Like you didn't have a lot of just a little salt, just a little pepper, just a little hot sauce. You want some hot sauce? That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
From Lowry's paprika.
So paprika. No,
Yeah.
Excuse me, please.
I thought that the what is it? I forgot what the stepmother's name is, but
Claudia.
Claudia, yeah. Yeah, she like, even though they found out that the white guy did it, Gideon, she's still the bad guy of the show.
Yeah.
She's like
She murdered the husband. Shit. I mean,
yeah, exactly. And I knew she murdered him. I knew she did that. I knew when I saw that she was fucking Andre that she did. No, I did. I figured.
She said, I did all this to put you here. I mean, she said that like second episode. I mean, so I was like, what all this means? I mean, it's relative term. I was like, somebody killed that fucker. I mean, I knew that.
Yeah.
I was like, it's probably this dude. But it was probably her. But anyway, Jamal.
And I'm like, because I ain't never seen nobody just like have a heart attack in such slow motion like that. I was like, yeah, something's up with this death.
Slow motion for you. I'm sorry.
But
What is happening?
and I'm like, what was up with this whole thing with the cop and Gus? Like, I was like,
that was so unnecessary. I will tell you, David, that part was very unnecessary. I'm sorry. I know we talked about the whole thing, but that part, that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
That's what you like. It was. Oh man, hold on. I'm gonna wait to the end. Damn
no,
it.
I'm just
I got
saying,
a list.
story wise. No,
I'm talking about story. I got a list of unnecessary shit. Like they actually, I submit to you, they made an effort to actually make that necessary, as you saw towards the end. They made an effort. All the other, never mind. Damn it. Look, go ahead. So the driving while black situation, you're like, why does this matter in the big scheme of things? I agree. in the big scheme of things. Like, how do we get from point A to point B with this? Why are we even doing this?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
I would say go ahead.
oh, okay.
I would say the reason why I would say the reason I feel this way, and I probably appreciate everything happened off camera. When he told the investigator, whatever, to fuck that dude up, that happened off camera. The cop's reaction to it. Did the wife, he had a wife, did she find out that he was fucking somebody? Like, all of that happened off camera. So you totally forgot about that until the end, when he somehow figures out that it was Gus that ruined his life. And what does that even mean? And then he finds out that Gus has a girlfriend, which I think is that bartender who shitted on him for buying, and that happened off camera. Like, she said, fuck you, you can't buy me. Next thing you know, he's knee deep in her. And I'm like, how did we get here? Why did we get here? Like, what? I was confused. She was like, you will not do this to me. I cannot.
That was confusing.
Now she like, hey, babe, can I have that jewelry? Yeah. I was like,
ask for the bracelet back.
Huh?
She didn't even ask for the bracelet.
So I don't even understand why this even happened.
It made no sense.
Because
mind you, she was the annoying sister on Top Boy, and I hate this actress. Like, she's. I didn't know that. I need her to die.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's.
All right, okay. She was the girl that was cheating with Regina Hall's husband in Girls Trip. Oh, thank you very much. I forgot about that girl. But that was a good movie. Agreed. Gus and the cop storyline, as well as Gus' love interest, was not needed. Yep. Most of Gus' scenes were of the family.
And even the boyfriend was like unnecessary.
Who's
white boyfriend? Mm-hmm. The white boyfriend.
Oh, the sister.
Wanda's boyfriend.
Wanda's boyfriend.
Okay. Yeah.
But at least he and the cop were more relevant to me than fucking Nina's fucking all the fucking.
I was annoyed by that in the beginning. I was like, this has to go somewhere. Why are you showing us these men, right? And then they tried to make it go somewhere, but then it really never went anywhere.
Because
all it showed is that she likes random sex. A lot of people like random sex,
which is necessary to the plot.
That's what I'm saying. Because
and then the relationship was stupid because you're keeping it anonymous and casual. He doesn't even know your real name, but you magically know when he goes to boxing class. Like, how do you know that?
Yeah, that was weird.
Because apparently that's where they were fucking. Because remember, she
in boxing class.
Oh yeah, they went in the gym. Yeah, remember that time they had sex in the gym?
Yeah.
And she said, I hope nobody comes in."
Yeah. Oh, he was coming in. But that was happening at the gym.
Have sex in the gym?
Let's not put y'all put some thought
people have had sex in worse places.
I know people, but
it don't make any sense. My thing was, she said,
bless you, Giovanni.
Bless you. She said, I can't, when she revealed, did you use our fucking relationship to manipulate me with Claudia? You picked me on Tinder, bitch. Like, you started this relationship. Right. One. Number two, and I'm like, she's the one that tried to use the relationship to be like, well, since we're fucking, you're gonna vote with me, right? And he was like, nah, because I'm a business person. I'm not stupid. So, and then they just stopped fucking. So I thought he was gonna come back at the end to be like, hey, can we be something? No, he just gone.
No, but
I'm like, so what was the point?
She was cold, so
she gave him.
I think he'll be, if they get a second season, I think he'll be back.
See, now this is where I'm like, this was like plot convenience, or I don't know what it was, because I was like, when they said there's a secret shareholder, right? I was like, it's the mama. It's the Nina's mother, right?
And
I was like,
I didn't get that. I didn't get that.
It was the Irish guy's son, and it's his photo, and I was like, oh, I was wrong. And then a couple episodes like, there's another secret shareholder. And
I thought it was gonna be the father had another kid that was the secret, and he does have one, right?
Yeah,
he has a kid.
Yeah.
But I thought that was who they were gonna bring out.
Yeah.
Not the way they did it when the mom went to him. I thought that they were gonna be like, oh, he's got another kid, and it's with Maureen, and that's why she was doing that deleting shit and doing all the shit she was doing. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I thought the same thing. So
I for damn sure wouldn't want to work at that company because they publicly arrested people. Like, how often? Like that girl, they walked her out.
Yeah.
Yep, Davina.
Andre and arrested him, and he's back. She's back. Everybody gets arrested and comes back or gets fired and
come back.
Like, yeah, I don't think this is the corporate environment I want to be working in.
It happens.
It happens. Yeah, it does happen.
I would like before I'm gonna try to focus on the positive. I want to focus on the positive before I get into my issues. But this show is what Kings of Napa, as we do now agree that that's not part of this, that Kings of Napa and Our Kind of People, which were both canceled after one season because they were shit. Like, this is what those shows were trying to be. And it made it. It made it. You know, it had the whole father die or strong black daughter trying to take over the company storyline, same family business. Huh?
Hair.
Well, I mean, I was like, that's hair care, all those I mean, it's like that writer looked at both of those shows and say, let me show you what Wright's supposed to look like. And she brought it together. I commend her for finally getting there, you know, with that kind of, and making it engaging. Like, we actually somewhat care about this business. And I thought that was kind of cool. Well acted. Production value was awesome. Like, everything looked like they spent some money on this shit. So,
You can hear it.
Yeah,
you can hear it.
Yeah.
A la carte. So, like, just all black as shit. This is agree that just for that. But
well,
yeah.
I mean, all black does not have Prime money. So,
Amazon, as we talked about, all black got AMC money, which has
but do we know how much the budget is for all black versus AMC? Come on,
the big AMC. No, you're
right. It went all to Interview with the Vampire. We know that because the graphics in that were phenomenal. So. Yeah.
But it was obvious that the accountant and the secretary were shady ones and worked together to swindle the company before the end of the season. The secretary didn't swindle anything. The secretary.
No, the secretary didn't really do anything. It was.
They were trying to make her look shady, though.
They were, yeah, because they were trying to throw us off. But Gideon for sure. I just kept feeling like he was too helpful. You know how you could just be too goddamn helpful. Yeah. I was like, why are you just, you know, like, I'm gonna help you? Yeah, just all in. I was like, something's going on with you.
Something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To the point of you don't want to work here. I want to talk about Andre. I'm trying to figure this out. As Gus pointed out, as a CFO, he failed. The fact that he didn't know that this company was being embezzled, fired immediately. Period.
Right. Absolutely.
On top of that, you're fucking the boss's wife. On top of that, you're fucking an employee and this woman gets fired and then presents the fact that you're fucking the boss's widow at a party that fucks up the party and fucks up our company. Like, Andre should not have.
But then they went viral, though.
Huh?
They did go viral because people like messiness. So
he fired. And that was actually Davina. Davina's the one that actually did all that. Actually, it was, and I'm like, she should have sued. One of the scandals should be her suing for false firing, right? Like unlawful.
Oh, I thought, I was waiting for them to Davina be like, I'm suing everybody.
Yes,
but she didn't say that. But I definitely would have. I absolutely.
You think I have HR in the UK?
I mean, you're right. I mean, Nina should have walked in with 3 lawyers to be like, Nina, I'm suing you personally and this fucking company.
And why didn't the secretary get sued for deleting all that stuff and pinning it on?
She should have got fired immediately for doing that. Immediately. And I thought they could have been some charges against her too. Because didn't Nina say that? And then all of a sudden she was like, no, I'm just gonna keep her around to keep her close. No, fuck that girl. No, that woman needed to go to jail. For what she did.
Andre continued to fuck her over for Claudia.
Yeah, he did.
Was fucking Claudia, which I didn't even understand that. I'm like, you got plenty of better attractive ass like around this office. Like, I don't even understand the point of this, bro. Like, is it for money? He was like, baby, please, baby, I know he had some mommy issues. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, this is too much.
It was about that money.
I was like, too much. Because she treated him like straight shit too. And then I was like, Too much.
And
Anyway,
she was funding his lifestyle. So
and who was that random curly haired woman that he was in the bed with? That couldn't have been Davina.
wasn't that Davina?
It didn't look like the hair was like.
I don't know. Sometimes she straightens her hair, sometimes she leaves it curly.
It was short. I didn't know who the fuck that girl was. I mean, she was gorgeous.
I just assumed that was her. So.
I thought too. The secretary was the keeper of secrets. The secretary was the keeper of that dick. That was she was keeping. I was like, well, apparently not because she had a kid. So you know.
I mean, you can do both.
I'm saying. But I mean, clear. I was like, there's something. You give this woman $1 million, she's fucking.
That was exactly. He gave the siblings 500 and gave her $1 million. I was like,
look into this bitch. Now, to the revelation that Wanda is actually not one of his biological kids.
Black shows always do this.
Because it happens a lot.
But it don't always have to happen in these shows, though. Like,
you have to write it in the script.
Yeah, that's true. But
I'm like, everything happened in this show. I'm like, I'll tell you this. It might be a stereotype, but I guess is it a stereotype if it's true? Nigerians, they it's not the.
Yeah, I'm 35% Nigerian. Don't be talking about my people. Well, I'm just joking.
Well, but she's not though. But please continue.
You call it? My ancestry said I'm like 20%. So I don't know.
Let's not get all this. What's the point of Nigeria? Come on.
But I'm saying basically they have like starter wives. Like they'll have one, like they might start off with
men.
That's men.
And then that's what I'm saying. And they put that in the show. Like he started off with one wife with a certain set of kids, and then he moves to another country and then gets another wife and another set of kids.
Right.
I'm like, they're just adding everything else on top of that. The side kids, the wife is cheating on him and has like secret kids. It's just every family
drama
you could put is in this show.
I hear you. I was kind of hoping that Gideon was Wanda's dad.
I thought it was? I thought that Claudia screwed either the brother or the dad, which is why he put the genetic lineage, because she's still genetically related to him. She's just not his daughter.
Okay. Because she that wording states David. That wording.
I didn't even realize that. That was that in the wording of the document.
Yeah. They made it a whole thing about.
Wow. So she really? So she is related to him, but how is she related?
No, that's what I thought.
Oh, okay.
Black shows apparently like the wives screwing around with either the brother or the daddy for some reason. I don't know why. And so I was thinking, like, well, maybe Claudia screwed like a family member. And then I was thinking, like,
maybe the brother.
Maybe Steven screwed Gideon's wife, which would make it seem like, why would you betray Steven and embezzle from the company if he like didn't do anything to you other than be mean?
I thought that too. I thought they were gonna go that direction too.
And I thought the dead kid was like maybe like his kid.
I was thinking, yeah.
But
he was just a disgruntled employee.
Right.
And I'm like, all right. I mean, but me too. I was like, the whole Wanda's parenting issue has not been brought up as a
is she the youngest or the oldest or middle?
Youngest.
Yeah, okay.
And they made her good writing. They made her the one kid who's all about daddy. It's like, daddy this, that. Everybody else moved the fuck on. I mean, really, pretty quickly, easily.
Well, Gus is mad because he wasn't left the company, so he was like, fucking. He's basically Sean.
And yes, I was actually saying this is where Gangs of London comes into play, because that's what I was feeling all.
And then they got a stepbrother named Finn.
Think about it. Like somebody watch something. But anyway, back to Nina and Simon. Simon was completely unnecessary. Like he was basically comic relief, I guess, but completely
They could at least show like a toddler in the flashbacks to know that Simon existed somewhere and he was necessary, because even in Nina's flashbacks, he was not there. Like,
so I was hoping. And then did you notice that when in the last episode when Gus was talking to him about trying to congratulate him about trying to have his kid, and like Simon kind of shut down, like, I don't want to do this shit. Like he was like us. I was hoping, since they didn't make no effort to flush out his relationship with his whatever, I was hoping that you would find out that the guy that Nina was fucking, that was actually his lover. So he's in, not sharing, like he's in London, like he's having problems with relationship because he don't want to be a dad, but his lover wants to be a dad. So he's like, I'm gonna have a fling here. And like it seems irrelevant until both of them are at the staff meeting, and then old man comes in and he's like, oh fuck, like that's the guy I've been fucking, and maybe he's married and that kind of stuff. That's why he's come to closet, something like that. To kind of make the brother relevant and to make the lover relevant. Like I was hoping maybe something like that, but like what they did, it was just like the brother could have been at home, just like someone she calls every once in a while, to the extent that he matters. And I'm like, he didn't even get to join the company. I thought he was gonna make some kind of fashion line or wherever the fuck he did in America. Like that didn't happen. Huh?
They ain't got no money for that.
Well, I'm like, she gave her stepsister a job. She's dyslexic. She's a influencer, but all of a sudden she's in charge of products and production. And I'm like, how the fuck did you get there?
She knows products and she knows marketing.
She knows how to put products together, which is not what that job's supposed to be. Like, I mean, like where that guy should have got promoted. The guy who actually knows the shit, and you never saw him
The
again.
one they fired?
No, the other guy, the younger guy that like spoke up, like that never went anywhere. That never went anywhere. I was kind of hoping that she would have picked all three women to be the face of the company. I thought that was going, like, there's no just one woman that can represent black women. Like all these women are black women. I thought they were going to do something like that. And then like that didn't happen because that whole thing went nowhere. Said black woman was never seen again, besides a couple of pictures on YouTube, on Instagram or whatever. So I'm like, what was the point? Like, what did that accomplish story wise? I don't know. Simon didn't want to be a part of the company. He just wanted to collect from the will. Simon didn't even want that. I mean, neither him. I mean, him and Nina were both like, fuck it, but they still went there. I was like, I don't know. Kim, what did you think about how Nina's transformation from fuck my daddy to I miss you, daddy, I wish you were here?
Well, I mean, when you don't have a relationship with your father and you feel abandoned by your father, you have those feelings. Like you kind of love him and you kind of don't. Like she in all honesty, the way they kept doing the flashbacks with her and him was to show the relationship she had with him when he was in her life and they were close. And then he abandoned her. Like when the parents got a divorce, he just said, that's it. Like he cut her completely, her and the brother, completely out of his life. Like he divorced them too. And so they were just trying to show the fact that she did at one point really love her dad and that her dad was really close to her. And then the divorce happened. And then, so she had all this anger and animosity towards him and hate towards him and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, when she was having issues that she couldn't work through, she went back to what he was trying to teach her when she was very young about things, right? Lessons that he was trying to teach her. That's what I got from the flashbacks. It was like little lessons that you learn from your parents as you get older. And sometimes you don't reflect on them until you need them. You know, you need that voice in your head, you know, saying, well, remember when your mom said this, or remember when dad said this to me, right? That's all that those flashbacks were for. And Simon, I feel like Simon was like a comic relief or like something for her to bounce things off so she didn't feel so alone. But I do agree that he probably could have done that from New York. Like he came to the funeral and after the funeral and he found out everything, he could have said, you know what, I'm going to still be a part of the company, but I'm going back to my life. If you need me, FaceTime me, you know, Zoom call me, all of these things. They could have done it that way. He didn't physically need to be there. But I think that she felt safer and she felt that she needed him there because they're actually brother and sister where they actually have that real relationship. And she's around people that she doesn't know whether they're going to stab her in the front or the back. whether Gus is going to do it or Alicia's going to do it or Wanda's going to do it or Claudia's going to do it. So I think that was her safety blanket with Simon, like a safety, blanket and someone to bounce off of. So it didn't really bother me, flashbacks. Simon didn't really bother me, but I do agree with he didn't need to actually be there. And his relationship with the guy, I felt like they could have gone, if they were going to talk about that, they should have went a little bit more into it. And like said, Nina would have been like, so how's things going, Simon? What's going on with you guys? And then he would have brought out more of a conversation. And when he was talking to Gus, I think that he shut Gus down because Simon is also hurt because these people, that Gus and Wanda and Alicia are grown people now. So even though the father cut them out of his life, if you want a relationship with your brother and sister, you could have done it. You know what I mean? Like you could have had a relationship. Don't try talking to me now because all this crap is going on. Like you didn't like me then, you didn't reach out to me then, and so don't try to be my friend now. I think that's what Simon was trying to say with Gus. Yeah.
All right.
So what I got from when you listen to what's in the will, is not what everybody's like interpreting. Is like is even shares to Nina and Simon, but nothing says Nina's has to run the company or something.
That's what I didn't understand either.
So that's where I was like, it's all implied, like she's going to just assert herself. And the biggest like plot convenience is her finding out all of this hidden secret stuff and going to Zurich and then being like, well, you're the only other name on there except for your father, and we've been expecting you. Like,
that was weird.
How did he know
weird.
that everything was gonna fall into place?
Yeah.
That she would want to go there? And I'm like, the only reason I can see Simon playing a role in the will is if he left it to her and he gave like 30 million pounds to him, just like he gave to the other kids, she would have felt slighted. Well, like, he left you out, so F the company and we'll just go back to New York and whatever happens, happens. But he gave both of them the same, and them being the first kids. So it's like, all right, so, we're in it together for whatever reason because we're even. Like, I think that was the only thing, is that she wasn't like, so to say, selected out of the two first kids. She just asserted herself to be running the business. And I don't know how he could have come to the conclusion that she would do that.
And
when they read the will, didn't he say Nina would be the one to run the day-to-day operations? He said that. The father said that in the
I thought he said, yeah, he was
he
like,
said it when in the video call. He said Nina will be the one to do the day-to-day operations.
He said the future, I established this company, and for the future, for the next generation or whatever, Nina will be the lead. Like he said, he did say that. Because
but
Gus
didn't assume it. He said it.
Because Gus was smiling in the back like he was gonna say Gus is gonna be the
lead.
He
said Nina.
He said Nina. He did. Yeah. He did. The shares just justified it to an extent to be like she's a majority shareholder. But there should have been a board meeting way before this whole fucking vote thing to be like, and to be like, hey, this is the new in charge. So we saw that the whole board is basically the family. You know what I'm saying? And be like, okay, so this truly is a family business from the top down. You know what I'm saying? And the random white dude. But I'm like, and then so we understand the dynamics of like Gideon. Because just like, I'm like, because it's all uncles and cousins and shit. And then you get Gideon. And I'm like, you got to have one white man for justification and validation, I guess. I don't know. Affirmative action. I don't know. But it just seemed weird to be like, what? And he got fired. Back it up. He fired this dude. So, but he's the executor? That doesn't make sense. Like, you fired this dude years ago. But he's the executor of all this shit. I'm like, what? Of course he's gonna steal from you. Like, fuck you, you're fired, but here's my whole company if things go bad. That don't even make sense. No.
How do you not know that? Like I don't believe Steve. Like you're talking about Andre as a CFO. I'm like, Steven, he deserves to have lost that company. He didn't even know that he didn't own his trademarks or the product name anymore, and that they're licensing it back to him.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did you build this company,
But
bro?
what was the phone call like? Somebody's out to get me, like that whole cryptic thing too.
And that doesn't make any sense. Was
It
he talking
doesn't.
about Claudia trying to kill him? Was he talking about Gideon robbing him? I mean, what were you talking about? And
He
then,
did a
That's where he
circle
should have
talk.
died. He should have died in the middle of that call, and I could have understood it a lot more.
that's
It
hilarious.
Conversation
Someone,
happened because when he called her the first time, she was like, "I don't want to talk to you," and then she hung up the phone.
yeah. Well,
So when did the other conversation happen?
no, that was the conversation. Like, so all you
Oh,
saw,
okay.
the job, her first job that you don't know what the fuck she did or who she worked for. This friend who's having a baby, which went
What happened
absolutely.
to the god baby that she just left and went to
Let's
London?
just keep it moving. Let's just keep it moving. Like I'm like, I thought her old business was somehow going to help out fucking the new company. Like, oh, my company does this, and
That was just to show
that she's good.
how her growth as being she didn't need her dad to have a good job or to be successful. That was showing
she did because the daddy was sending money through that company to support them.
Yeah, but she didn't know that. She did not know that. She had no idea.
No, but apparently it helped her get to where she was.
But she got promoted on her own. Her father didn't pay them to promote her.
That MBA that she got, I'm sure, was paid for by that money.
Right, it could have been. That's true. But I'm talking about she actually climbed up the ladder, and she was the one who got promoted. And her father has been watching her career the entire time. So that's kind of why he knew. And he also, just like Marcus said, the father had been teaching Nina how to do like in little lessons, like the lessons that he was trying to teach her. So you don't remember anything your father ever told you when you were 7 that was like, I do?
I wouldn't use it in business.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It all depends on the conversations you had with your dad.
Well, I'm saying the conversations that they showed us, was, again, I guess, independence, I guess, because she was trying to swim, which she only did once.
It was confidence, survival, how to make sure it focus and do things on your own, pull yourself out of certain situations.
But to the main point, like what Kim started off saying, I'm like, you could see it in Gus, like when Gus went to see the headhunters or whatever, it was, yeah, you did all this stuff. It's nice that you're at your family's company, but what have you actually done independently on your own?
Right.
Like, and you can actually see that from Nina. She hasn't had any family dependence to anything to lean on.
Actually, and again, to Stacey's point, she actually did. She just didn't
know.
But
that's true. But her in that job, that her father did not get her promoted.
No, true.
She got promoted on her own.
Well, my point, I guess, we didn't know what that job was. We didn't know what the company was. Like, it was just, I mean, I was like, what is this? Is this come to be something? I was hoping it was going to like be relevant to her current business. Anyway, I think Simon's purpose for now is to be Nina's confidant. But if the Riches is going to pursue a surrogate storyline, they need more drama with that. Yeah, I actually thought one of the women that he was looking at was actually Gus's girlfriend. Because I looked at one of those pictures, I was like, is that how they're going to tie this shit together? Because I'm like, why is this even a thing right now?
I mean, she said she had a kid, and I was like, you pursuing this woman by her jury, but you don't know she got a kid?
Right. And after you give up the ass a couple of times, she's like, oh, that text. Oh, yeah, I got a mom and a kid. Anyway, let's get back to this fucking. I'm like, what is going on here? And I'm like, this is what? And again, how did you win her heart in the first place, Mr. You're a VIP and don't know regular people? Like, is this supposed to be Pretty Woman? Like, I mean, is this Officer and a Gentleman? Officer and a Gentleman would be better. Excuse me. I mean, did he go to the bar and carry her out? I mean, is that what happened? Like, I don't even know. Like, I felt the father felt Nina was the best to run the company based on the flat. There was a swimming flashback, and there was some kind of board game flashback. Neither one of those says leader. Like that barely says father. Like if there was a situation where he
right, but the flashbacks were not the totality of why he thought she was a leader. He followed her career after she graduated from the whatever MBA or whatever. They even said that he followed her career. He watched to see how she succeeded in life on her own, and she made it as a businesswoman for that merchandising firm, and she got a promotion, and so that's what he was following. So she did make it on her own without any influence from her father.
I completely hear
you. So did Simon. Didn't he have his own business as well?
Who?
Simon.
Yeah.
Simon is a hairdresser. He's a hairdresser.
That's a business.
See,
but he got the money too. Didn't he get money? He got money.
Yeah,
they both get a leadership role.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he is leadership. He could have been in the leadership. He just chose not to.
Yeah, he didn't want to.
He didn't say Nina and Simon running the company. They said Nina.
Also true.
Well, that's true.
I mean, because apparently Simon didn't know his daddy because he wasn't there
in the flashbacks.
He said I was too young. I was too young to remember him.
We didn't even see toddler Simon running around.
Yeah,
it was just like mama and the whole racism in the store with I was like, what?
Okay, look, don't get me started on that yet. I'm sorry. I got other things. I want to get to other things before I get upset about that. And Stephen would have been an issue. Would have issued new articles of incorporation after Gideon was initially fired. Nina shouldn't have automatically shouldn't have automatically trusted Gideon.
That's
true.
true.
All true, but but he was the one that's like, "Hey, hello, ma'am, how are you?" Like he's the only one welcoming her. When they got there, so he did. He had the opportunity to insert himself into the process early.
He used the fact that nobody else was doing that. That's why he's not in there. Yeah.
And so again, Nina's 100% commitment to this company irritated me because the only reason she was even in charge really was because Claudia wouldn't keep her fucking mouth shut. And then so that's it. And then now all of a sudden she's like, "You won't take this company from me. I'm gonna lead us to victory." What?
Her personality type, I can totally see that. Because you're not gonna talk to me crazy and then I'm just gonna hand over the company to you. No, you're gonna have to fight me for it now.
She was like, "She's trying to destroy me." I'm like, "You just been here a couple of months, girl. Like, take the check and go fuck back home."
She takes her stuff personally. I would.
I would have done exactly the same thing. You're not going to talk to me like I'm a piece of trash. I'm
stole my daddy from my mama.
Exactly. Oh, absolutely. That's huge.
It's fun, really, because by the end of this season, they're clicking glasses like you family and you family. No, bitch, you broke up my family.
All of that is not. They are not. I'm telling you. Wait, if they get another season, that shit is gonna happen all over again. They are not family. They are not. It's gonna be more drama.
Bullshit. And that would be that bullshit. Also, mom did not get no kind of talking to when you find out that not only was she lying to you about your daddy's financial support for over 10 years, and the fact that she pushed the company away from you, and no mama until the end of the season, and she's like, I'm a mama, and Nina said, "All right." That's basically what that whole conversation was. You know how it is. And she's like, "Okay, mama, it's fine. Let's click glasses and talk Nigerian, and we're done." I was like, "What?" Like these are conversations because I had.
Why did they just say speaking in foreign language? They didn't tell you the language they were speaking in.
They're like,
"Can you give me an actual language?"
Nah. They're just gibbering. Either way, the family's fine. This is fine. You don't need to know.
One thing I hate about British shows, and maybe it's only Black British shows, is the teeth sucking that they always do. I was like, they do that so much. It irritates me.
That's actually a thing, though. Africans, Jamaicans, West Indians, they do that. They suck their teeth. My grandmother used to do it all the time. They do that. They suck their teeth, and it is annoying, but it's something that they do. It is.
Mm-hmm. All the fashion was awesome. I thought the fashion was great for the show. I thought it was Simon. So Simon, she said Simon was good in fashion.
No, he is. He's like a hairdresser, and he might be into clothes too. But he was doing someone's hair at the time that we met.
He was some kind of hairstylist.
Yeah, stylist. Yeah, some type of.
And again, what happened?
Alicia was terrible. Everything Alicia wore I was like, why are you wearing that?
No, everything Wanda wore was terrible. And I didn't like Wanda's hair.
Her hair was terrible.
Her hair was bad. I was like, what is happening? Yeah, and well, Alicia too had on some strange looking stuff too.
Yeah, some of her wigs were questionable. It was like it was too much.
Yeah,
that one big mane she had on her fucking head. Like I was like, what is all this?
Even that bun she had on at the funeral, why was it so big? Like it was like it was it was kind of big. Damn. I was like, why is your ponytail like sticking out like ears? Like it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But again, none of this shit came to be anything. She was supposed to be an up and coming influencer. That just stopped. Simon was supposed to be some kind of famous hairstylist or whatever. Just stopped. Fucking Nina's job, soon to be promoted. Again, boss never called. Are you coming back? Are you resigning? Like,
she said she was on sabbatical or something.
I was something. I'm like, give me something. But it was just like,
hold up. I want to know. They said that, like, remember, what was it? Alicia, I believe it was, with the guy, and she was paying for something. She was like, the card is declined, right?
That was Wanda.
It was Wanda.
Wanda. And she said, "Oh, is that because of the what's going on with the will?" And they never said how.
Why her card was declined.
Yeah, like basically, they said Gideon and all the people they went to was like, "Yeah, you stuck with that. You broke now, or you have to live within a certain set of means. You need to sell this off, move in with this person, all of that." Nothing really changed with that. So are they still?
Yeah.
You know.
No, I think
life insurance policy that just popped up. Like, why wasn't that in the will or the whole thing?
Why was it? Why that part of the executive?
Why did you have to break a safe open to find out your daddy had a life insurance policy? That's typically like the first thing when somebody dies. You like, okay.
Yep, that's true. That is true.
I actually, well, it did happen though. I thought when they opened the safe, it was for some reason here's a big ass paperwork to be like, Wanda ain't mine, but I still love her.
No, I thought that it was gonna have information about Finn. Like I thought.
Oh, that's true.
That would make more sense.
That would make more sense.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be more information about Finn. Yeah, being his son, or pictures or something of him and Maureen, or something dramatic. Not a life insurance thing. But Claudia told Wanda that she will take care of her. So she is the one. Claudia started taking, even though her card was declined or whatever, she said, use my cards. That's what Claudia told Wanda.
Maybe her card was declined because she's not the biological.
She's not a biological kid.
Yeah.
So maybe that's
could
what
be that
it was.
too.
Maybe that's what it was. Too. And Claudia knew that. And Claudia knew that and was like,
yeah. And that's why Claudia was like, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Use my car. And also that apartment that she lived in, that condo Wanda lived in, was paid for by the company.
Yeah.
And so, so that had a lot to do with it too.
Also, if anyone had doubts who killed who, when Claudia went to her vacation home and random black woman shows up to be like, hey, isn't that the husband killer plant? I was like, God damn it. Like that's too much.
But that was too, I felt like you're just handing it to us now. Right. Don't hand it to me. I need you to let's get a second season and spoon feed me just a little bit. Just come on, a little bit. That was obvious. This woman grows this poisonous thing. She probably gave it to her husband some kind of way.
And hold up, wait.
If she was going to be dumb enough to eat a cookie with it, she wasn't going to go and wash her hands on her own.
Exactly.
She had to tell her, go wash your hands.
Go wash your hands.
I was like, oh, that's right. I just killed my husband with this. My fault. I didn't realize. She didn't Google this shit. Wait a minute. So all the medical staff at the hospital couldn't figure out that this man did not die of natural causes. Like they're like, oh, he just dead. Let's keep.
And I'm like, that insurance policy, is that going to be contested by the insurance company? Like the autopsy or something like that next season?
Also true, because like
Opie Lander, or what was it? That what it was?
What the plan?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
Because there's one flower.
No, that's easy. I think that's.
I think it was Open Land. I know there was a movie Michelle Pfeiffer did about it because she killed her husbands that way. Oh. But I think one of those flowers that can kill you or something like that. I think it dissipates. It dissipates out of your system very quickly. I can't remember which one it is though. But people are killed by this plant all the time, and it's very hard to find.
And it's just interesting that no one said, what did Daddy, like, was Daddy murdered? Because wasn't the cancer thing a secret? Because he was secret.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So shouldn't they have been like, why the fuck did our daddy die? And be like an autopsy or something? So that doesn't make sense. And then at the end of
but but remember, Claudia's in charge of the funeral. So if she doesn't want an autopsy, it's not going to happen.
All right.
That's what killers do. They'll cremate your ass immediately, right? Or they're like, no autopsy. And that's the thing. You can't
have them cremated.
Yeah.
The oval. She was like, I need to create my son now.
Yeah.
My religion.
That's what they do. Yeah.
The sucking teeth is a cultural custom in some African countries as a way
of
showing disgust.
It is. I mean, it's like they scream at the wedding, because even at my son's wedding, like half of my family is African, so they did that, and I it was my nephew is autistic, so it was very loud for him. It's a very loud thing. It's their tradition, right? So they make that noise, and so yes, the first time I heard it when my sister got married to a Tanzanian, I was like, what is wrong with these people? Like, what is that? But now I'm used to it.
Not used to it? All right. Oh, so the board, the whole board situation, again, was interesting to see how like they all pretty much like turned against her. Like, I thought that was kind of interesting. Wanda was on her side, Mama popping up on the screen. So she did say that it was the mom sold the shares to the mom, right? Like Claudia sold those shares to her mama, knowing that her mom didn't want Simon and Nina in the business in the first place. So she was like, if I give you these shares, you'll get your kids out of here. I was like, all right. And then Daddy, again, so we find out at the end, Daddy waited 10 years while they were in America to begin trying to help them. Was that Black Widow? I guess Black Widow plant?
I'm trying to remember. No, Black Widow did another.
I can't remember.
Black Widow did something with plants too. But Michelle Pfeiffer was in this movie years ago. I think it was in the 90s. It was called Opie and Lander or something like that, where she killed her husbands with it.
Stacey, what are you Googling?
I'll find it before the day is over.
All right.
You got Breaking Bad, Lily of the Valley.
Oh, I was okay. I can see the Breaking Bad thing. That's interesting. Okay, so anything good I want to get through before I start shitting on this show?
Good.
Because I'm about to go in on this.
Oh God.
Is there anything?
Oh, okay. It's called a white Orlander. White.
What's the common name?
Linder.
Because that's not what you said.
No. I'm saying that's the name of the movie.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I'm trying to see. I'm looking at the description to see if it's in there.
I felt watching this, even though I would like a season 2, I don't need one. I'm not feeling there's anything that I'm like, oh my God, are they gonna find out that Claudia killed the dad? I mean, it's interesting, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't see me waiting next season for that.
Okay.
Whoever Wanda's daddy is, I don't give a fuck. Like, at this point, like, because it would have to be someone that we would know and care, and I don't. I'm like, it was a good season, but this could have been a great movie and been done with it. Like, I found it.
That's what it is. It's the name of the movie is what the flower is called.
Yes.
And it's extremely toxic. Extremely toxic. And a single leaf may kill an adult.
So what's the name of it?
What's White Oleander or something?
Yeah, Oleander.
That's not what she said.
OLEANDER.
Go back to the episode and find. I don't know.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. So Stacey's gonna find the name that she said in the thing. Either way, it was the writing was too on the nose. Like they should have made it more.
Yeah, they shouldn't have done that. That bothered me. I was like, nah, you're giving us. I mean, I know we want information, we do, but I need you to spoon feed me the poison.
Yeah,
that she killed her husband with.
And right? Why now? Like what? Like again, it was only episode 2. She told Andre,
like, I put up with all of this for my kids, and we never saw what she was putting up with.
Yeah,
they never said anything. They never said. She basically was the mistress before she was the wife. So what did she put up with exactly?
Exactly, we don't know. And then Nina's mom.
Oh wait. She could have known about Maureen.
No,
She could have known that he was having an affair with Maureen. You
Yeah,
know,
but I mean, it was obvious that she was cheating or he was cheating,
yeah,
but she was cheating too. So
that's true. That's true.
but I know she would have got that woman fired. There's no way she would let her still work for her husband like that. Like she just not her personality. Because she had it in for Nina only because of the mama in that situation. She would have got rid of that woman and tried to get that $1 million.
Belladonna.
Belladonna. Okay, so what is that?
Porn star name.
I looked it up. It said
What did you say?
Porn star name.
It says a cornucopioneus or something like that.
Type in Belladonna.
I just typed in husband killer plant because that's what that's the nickname for it. I don't know.
Yeah. I heard about. I was like, I remember Belladonna.
Okay, I found it. It's a Belladonna.
Did you find her?
It's called, and it's also called Deadly Nightshade.
Nightshade. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've heard that before. The Nightshade. I've heard Nightshade before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gus couldn't lead anybody out of a paper bag. So like that wasn't gonna happen. So I appreciate the fact that he got shit on. Andre should have got fired. Yes. All right.
I like that Andre. When Andre got basically when Claudia ended up saying coming back after the DNA results, she found out about Wanda, and she said, "Yeah, the company, you know, we're gonna come out of the deal, and Nina's gonna run the company." And Andre's like, "What happened? What happened?" And he goes into the office and he punches the wall, and he's like, I can't afford the stuff I bought at the jewelry store. Like, and he told them, wait until the deal goes through. No, it's basically
a done deal.
But
why did he need that? Okay, this what bugs me too. Why do Black people always do stuff like this? Like, I'm sorry, like even rappers, right? Those rappers walk around with those huge chains and the rings and for what? Why do we feel that some of those chains and rings that these guys walk around with, right? You could buy a house for a small family. It makes no sense to me why us as Black people feel that jewelry and items is more important than anything else. Like, what about investing? Buy a house.
I think we were supposed to get the feeling that he was one of those, I came from the, top boy and rose up to the ranks and now I'm somebody. Like, I guess that's the story we were supposed to get.
Right, but that's what we do though, right?
I mean, it's true. I mean, but it shows that it doesn't matter whether you're in America or you in Britain. It's still in us, right?
It's still
like,
in, right.
You got it. I got the rings. I got the chains.
But I mean, when most people, well, men particularly, get a certain amount of money, they will buy a timepiece or something to show like I made it.
Are you gonna spend $60,000 on a watch? Or
if it appreciates, sure. If not, no.
I'm like, he wasn't really a true sugar baby then, because I'm like, she ain't give him nothing.
Right. That's why I was like, he couldn't have embezzled the money because he would have just went and just started just buying stuff because he had the money.
Yeah,
but he clearly didn't have money like that.
Yeah, he clearly, that's clearly not a thing. All right, anything else before we get to this racism? Because I got a list.
Okay.
All right, so Andre, who looks to me like a lot like Andre from P Valley. What was the point of his relationship?
No.
What was the point of his relationship with Claudia? Like, it didn't
go anywhere. I mean, besides,
and I'm like, what did he get out of it? Like,
she paid for his place.
Yeah, he got job security.
Probably had some level of job security.
Yeah,
he probably paid her. She probably paid his bills.
She did.
His student loans, all that stuff.
All that, yeah.
Yeah. So Gideon said that. I mean, to the extent that it was true, that's how he was like, look, there's already a financial connection between these two. She's paying for his place, she's paying for this, and so obviously the money transfers. So he was, he was a kept man on top of it.
Yeah.
The question is, why was she keeping him knowing that he was fucking almost every other woman in the office like that? That's why I'm like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. And I was like, no.
I don't know. Did she? I don't remember. Did she know?
She didn't know about.
I don't think she knew about Davina.
Davina. I'm like, it was pretty. The way he was walking around, and Davina was like, "Hey, baby," it would be pretty obvious to me if she spent any time with him.
Well, Nina caught it like straight away.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Because I was like, and then right there, fired. Like, I don't trust you as it is. You fucking have the staff. You gotta go. And you didn't. I'm like, how are you still here? In fact, shit, when she found him on Tinder or whatever, I truly thought that she was gonna be like, nah, you my dick. And that's why you staying. I really thought she was gonna pull that.
I didn't see that, but
I was like,
I think she couldn't fire him because of continuity. Like, the company, Steven already just died, and it's a new CEO. You can't really get rid of the CFO. She's not fully up to speed on everything. There's missing money. You fire him.
No, I'm talking about, like, once you find out that said money was missing under his watch, that he was fucking the boss's wife, which is your daddy's wife, and he's fucking the staff.
He needs to go.
But I'm saying, go. He has to. No, you might don't come into the office anymore. But I don't think you fire him, because then it brings too much public attention as to why you fired him. Like, you saw every time something got out into the press, it was like, we don't want shareholders, we don't want the public to know.
Non-disclosure
secret, but I understand. Your key card don't work here no more.
Non-disclosure agreement, or I tell your future employers how fucked up you are. Boom. Or once the money loss is public, which it was, there's no need to keep Andre. You hire a forensic accountant to figure out where all that stolen money goes, a professional, and then you take Gideon down. You don't need Andre for any of that shit. Like, that was no. Like,
how did they have access to everybody's account? Like, how did they know Claudia was doing this and Andre was doing this and Gideon was doing this? Like, how did they have each other's bank information?
Plot convenience. I don't know. Let's not do this. I don't know. I mean, I can't. It don't make any sense. I'm not saying it don't make any sense, because somehow Andre, who again did not know the money was being stolen in the first place, is now a forensic accountant and was like, boop, 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 boop. Oh, Claudia, what? Like,
in 24 hours, you found out everything he spent money on. That his wife had this and he had this, and
all by himself, and they were getting money back the same night. Kiss my ass, and the money started coming back. Stop it. Like, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. And I was like, so why?
Especially for like real estate and all that stuff, you got to go through a whole process just to liquidate real estate.
Claudia saw Andre as a business deal and dick. I mean, he keeps his job long as she does what she says, including sex. All right, and her husband didn't care. He was going on at the business. He was about optics.
I don't think that great of a businessman though.
I don't think he knew. There's no way in the world Steve knew that fucker got fired or murdered somehow. Like, ain't no way in the world I'm gonna let you.
I'm saying the dad wasn't a good businessman. Like, you don't know you license your own products. Like, it wasn't racism that kept you down. You just didn't do good business. And then they had all these distributors and the middlemen. Like, it went from China to the US, then to UK, instead of just,
And that was weird too. That was crazy. But then also too, what Nubian said, Gideon hired a forensic accountant. And that was once we figured out that it was Gideon, I was like, that forensic accountant did Gideon pay them? Because I feel like they lied, right?
Gideon never hired one.
Said Nina had one.
Okay, we didn't see
but one. Nina had one, because remember, she was sitting there and she got the email and she was like, well, where's this coming from? And they were like, oh, it's Zurich or whatever.
She did. That's it. You're right. She did. I remember that scene. That scene.
All right.
Because her and Gideon were in front of the office. Remember that? They were standing in front of the forensic accountant's office. They were standing in front of the glass doors and they were talking. So they did hire one. Yeah.
All right.
But that was weird that he would do that, because
he's the one that stole the money. That's what I'm saying. That doesn't make sense.
But he did do it. I know what Stacey's talking about.
All right. Yeah. Then I thought at some point, if Gideon was the villain, I thought at some point, like Nina would have had a car accident. When
somebody was gonna die. I thought he was gonna kill Claudia or Nina or Simon. Somebody had to go. I thought it was Simon, since he was so expendable.
Yeah. when Nina's like, hey, Gideon, I think I found something here in Zurich. I'm flying home tonight at about 11 o'clock and I'm going to get a car. And anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, somebody's going to try to shoot her. Like, Gideon ain't stupid to let this woman get back and figure out what he's doing. But somehow he was like, never mind, I got caught. I was like, I was kind of disappointed.
And it would make more sense that Gideon see Andre coming out of her house and not Alicia.
Also, yes.
Yeah.
But plot convenience, and she had to touch him, right? She had to touch him to show some kind of
suggestion. Yeah, that was, I was like, why would I would never have touched him? He's a piece of shit. Why would she be touching him? Like
plot convenience.
Yes, absolutely. So Alicia,
she likes random men, so
right. She like, hey, again. She'd be like, look here. Apparently you give it good because that was my stepmom said. So you give it to me, I'll let you keep this job. Won't you keep me happy? I gotta keep some in-house dick. I can't be messing with that Tinder stuff no more.
Oh, and they never revealed what he got out of the deal or whatever. Because he said, what you get whatever you want if you wait for us to get Gideon before you.
He's head of operations. He got a promotion.
Yeah, I would have just asked for some money and got the hell on.
Yeah. Stop fucking around.
Just give me some money and a good recommendation. I'm out.
It is
much drama up in here.
It is an interesting show. I'm not denying that. I mean, again, it's engaging. It's short. You know, you can it keeps it moving. I'm saying, but I'm like, it's a lot of things left on the table, and I'm like, what? Like, and things just kind of connect stuff together. And then there's racism. Because I'm like, fuck. Damn it. All right, I got a list. Who you might want? All right, so this is my list. All right. Driving.
I'm used to this by now. But every time you do it, it makes me giggle. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
I was mad as fuck. Steven's whole speech, mad. This motherfucker was like, I'm a black man from Nigeria who comes to England, and I'm still black, and you won't let me do black things, but I'm black. Anyway, I'm dead now. I was like, okay, you're black. I get it. But then you got Gus driving while black. I was like, fuck me. Like, what? Why? Then I was like, okay, David, let that slide because they connected it because the cop became something. The cop got investigated. So I was like, all right, I'm going to let that slide. But then, who was it? Alicia goes to buy some shoes. It was Alicia. I'm sorry. Do you work here, black ass woman? Because you're black. Do you work here? Unnecessary. Stacy, to your flashback, what the fuck? Mommy, why is Arab man following us? Because we're black, baby. And brown and white people don't like us because we're black. You know what? Take your ass back to Nigeria because that's where you're from, right? Like, go back to black. If Western is treating you bad, go back to black. But where does black mama take her black daughter? America. We invented nigga. Like, we got slaves, like you brought them here. You said British is so racist. I have to leave this racist country and go to where my child can be safe. I'm taking her to America. I'm taking her to like this is OJ America. Like this is civil rights.
Rodney King America.
This is Rodney King. This is Rodney King America. Like Emmett Till America. Like, what
Amadou Diallo America.
Huh?
I said Amadou Diallo America.
I mean, I cannot. What the fuck? And then she's like, just come back to America where you're safe. I was like, no. I was like, stop it. This is not it.
They don't have guns like we do.
You coming back to mass shootings, America? Like, what? I was so mad when I saw that scene. Anger came within me. I was like, why the fuck are we doing this? Why? Hold up. Then
wait, before you go to the rest of the list, right?
What?
The first thing on the list was Gus, right? I originally thought that it was a vendetta he had against the cop because he got to the hospital when he got to the hospital and his father was already dead.
Right.
But he was like, yeah, I'm constantly being stopped by the cops. And then they showed him being stopped again. And it was like,
yes,
okay, so it's not a vendetta specifically based on that situation. So I was like, all right.
Stop it. Wait. Then Wanda had her moment. Hey girl, you know that
was so unrealistic.
Luke is with that, that girl, she's black, but black girls are still kind of cute sometimes, but they're not from the ghetto.
Sometimes.
Anyway, I was like, stop it. Why are we doing this shit? Then when Andre gets arrested, excuse me, sir, is this your watch? Yes. Is it real, black man? Yes. Is this your first time getting arrested? I can't believe that. You're black as fuck. Aren't you? I watch Top Boy every night. You must be, I know you gotta be a drug dealer.
You must be a drug dealer.
Fuck me. I'm like, stop it. Nina's whole argument against the merger, her whole argument was racism. Right? Every family member she went to was, you don't want the white man controlling us. The white man's gonna bring his white money and make us do white stuff. The white man is gonna prevent our business from being black. Her whole argument was race baiting and be like, you don't want these white people and you don't want their white money, do you? They're white. I'm like, God damn it.
Well, he was right, because it was Gideon, and
actually, she wasn't. And I'm saying, because the company only said, you're not going to compete against us. Like, you are a black company, do black shit. You're not going to compete against
merger us. Thing made no sense. Like, you guys are business people, but you don't understand that when somebody invests a significant amount in your company, they have control over what you do with your company.
That's
and they're like, oh my God. Like,
and remember, this black company wanted to buy another black company and control them. They were going to do that. Okay, so they were like, oh, but we can't. Nina was like, we can't let the white man do this to us because, we black. Then, hold up, when Gideon was revealed to be the villain, then all of a sudden he was playing the white savior? He was a disgruntled employee, bitch. Like, what savior was going on? When did he say he saved anybody? Did he say, I saved your black ass daddy from his dumb ass business decisions? Did he say anything like that? No, he didn't. I thought he was going to do, though. Remember in the Kings of Napa, when you found out the waiter was the evil racist villain that was doing all the blackmailing and silly shit, and all of a sudden he became a KKK member all of a sudden? I was like, please don't do it, Gideon. Don't do it. Don't do it. I thought he was going to be like, you black bastard, bitch. You try to take this business from me. I thought he was going to go crazy. I was like, fuck it. Let's just commit. But I was like, he didn't even do it. Then, I'm sorry, before they even get to Gideon, excuse me, are you supposed to be here? You look black. Are you supposed to be here?
They didn't say that. They say, oh, you harassing me because I'm black.
Should we be using a service entrance?
I can use the service entrance. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, stop it. Stop it. I was like, damn it. I get it, you black. I'm black too. I don't need this shit. Just give me a show. Just give me a show. Fuck these people. Anyway.
And I was like, every time they went into a jewelry store.
Yes.
Oh, the Secret Service guy.
Excuse me. We're seeing a black man looking at jewelry. Looking at
watch.
I don't think he can afford it. He's black as fuck. Can we check his credit? How did he get in here? Shit. Is he a rapper?
I can afford this place.
I was hoping Gus gets mistake. No, Andre get mistaken for a rapper. That's what I was hoping. When he walked in to be like, do you have a record label or something? Because you look like one of those guys. Like, no, I don't. Do you sell crack of some level? No, I don't. I don't know, crack is in England. I don't know, but I just be like, I watch American television. Y'all sell crack too here too? No, we don't, sir.
They do on Top Boy.
That's why I wanted to happen at the club. I kind of wanted Gus to be walking around and somebody be like, excuse me, Mr. Black Man, do you have crack?
Why were they eating so many buckets of fried chicken?
What?
At Gus's house when all his friends were there and they had all those buckets of fried chicken? You remember?
They had five buckets of chicken.
Damn.
They did.
And
there was two in the dark skinned black guy, and then there was three more that was in the background.
Damn it. Damn.
I don't know how you missed that one.
No, it looked like a ripoff of KFC.
Yeah, it was like little KFC buckets.
Yeah.
I saw a whole black folks together. I was like, this scene is not going anywhere. I was like, let's just get to the next one. I was like, none of these guys are going to be relevant. Like they
weren't.
They're just the entourage. They're just entourage. I'm like, I get it.
They were just his friends being assholes.
The overt racism is depressing, but unfortunately, Great Britain is just like racist America. But I mean, so Kim and I were having this conversation. But none of these Nigerians basically said the very obvious answer. Yes, baby, UK is racist. Yes, America is racist, but they're much better than where we came from. So we're gonna be working through this shit. At some point, it's better be in a racist Western country than it is to be in an African country, apparently. Because they're like, you could take your ass home. Like literally, they're one, maybe 2 generations away. You can go back and run your business from there, but you didn't. Like at some point, you said this is where opportunity is at. Like this, I mean, this is how we become billionaires. I was like, just is, bro. Just is. You know what I'm saying? Also, black woman killed her black husband. Facts. Black daddy left his black family. Facts. Cheating on his black wife with a white woman, because you ain't successful unless you got a white woman. Success. That's what he said. He said, I'm doing this for the kingdom. That's what this baby means. That means I'm somebody. Anyway, I'm sorry. Man, that's too much. It was a good show. Just too much racism. Yeah. Kim, anything else?
Oh, I'm hoping it gets a second season. I enjoyed the show.
What do you want to see in the second season? What is bringing?
Oh, I want to see Claudia. I want to see her get convicted for the father's poisoning, but I feel like it's not going to happen. I feel like Nina and that guy, I can't remember his name, Reddy or Roddy. Yeah, the guy she was sleeping with, right?
The tender guy. The
tender guy. I feel like that relationship or friendship or whatever it was is not over. I feel like there may be some comeback for that. I feel like Simon may. Yes, David. Yes. I feel like Simon may change his colors and be like, I can have, we can bring our daughter or sons or whatever the hell they're having at the surrogate and get married.
Oh, okay. I thought you would say he was gonna go straight or something. I'm like, wait,
me too. I was like, what?
Oh no. He is no. To be honest with you, he was fabulously gay.
Oh,
he was not, but
like that suit with the hat, like he was looking like a sharecropper or something. It was weird. Anyway,
but he wasn't. For me, he was the right appropriate amount of gay. Right? He wasn't over. I thought he did a pretty good
right amount of gay. Like,
there's a certain amount of
too much.
See, it's too much. There are sometimes when it's just too.
The thoughts of Kimberly.
Yes,
not represent.
Yes, I'm sorry.
In
some of these shows, I'm sorry. Sometimes they make the gay person like a buffoon, basically, and I don't like that.
The stereotypical effeminate, and it's funny you bring that because I was gonna say he was. I was actually gonna say what.
I didn't feel like he was. I know Simon. I know Simon's like that, and I don't. And that's not over the top for me.
All right. Because I was like.
But there are some. Now you've seen some shows where it's just like, what is happening right now? You need to calm down, right? Yeah. I didn't feel like that about Simon.
All right.
So, but anyway, I feel like maybe they'll incorporate him in some kind of fashion that he'll come to Britain and he'll be with Nina, and then we'll get more of their relationship, and then we'll get more of his story with his husband, right? Or maybe his husband left him, right? He doesn't want to be with him. He brings the baby to Britain, right? It's so many things they could do with Simon, but I do want to see more of Simon. I enjoyed that actor. And so anyway, and then I feel like Claudia's storyline, like I said, she may not get convicted. I kind of feel like she may not, because they may not be able to see the poison in his system right now because it probably dissipated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's one of those drugs she used, right? That it may get out of the system. And I want to see what Alicia became, because Alicia, in my opinion, she is an influencer. She knows products, right? And so just like Nina taught her, you're going to delegate, right? I gave you this position so you can delegate, but I need your insight because you're young. You know what beauty products are out there right now. You know what people like, what they don't like, what they want to see. So I thought that was actually a good position for her. So I want to see that change, see how she grows. And I want her to grow. And then Gus, I want him to grow too, because I felt like towards the middle to the end, Gus started to expand his personality, and expand as far as his job, right? It seemed like he started to give a shit about the job. And I thought that was growth. And I want to see that in the second season. So who else? There's nobody else that I really care about. I like Wanda. I want Wanda to find a purpose. She has no purpose. She's the only one that has seriously. She has
no, you're right. No, you're right. No, you're right.
She needs to find a purpose.
Yeah,
that's the thing. She's kind of lost. And I think that she needs to find a purpose. I don't want them to have her dwelling on the fact that she's not actually his child.
Yeah, Richards.
I don't want to see that storyline. I want her to continue. I want her to thrive and to become something, you know? So I think there's so many different stories that this writer can go, so many alleys she can take. And like I said, the racism, it was over. It was over. We don't need it. We don't need it in the second season at all. We've done it in the first season. Let's just move forward with the company and, you know, all the accomplishments, and we can just tone down the racism, because it's not needed in this to tell this particular story. It's not really needed. And not to say that rich people don't get stopped by police or, you know, insulted and things like that by people. They do, but if we tell the story, it's not really necessary for us to see that. We want the story of the family. And I feel like, and the mom, I want the mom to really sit down with her children and explain to them, why did you do the things that you did? And Claudia did hurt this woman. I'm not saying Claudia didn't do fucked up stuff to this family, because she did. And the husband allowed it. So he's fucked up too. But I still want to know mom's story. I want them to go into why this woman did what she did. You know what I mean? And talk to her kids about what happened. Like, why did you hide the fact that he was paying for us for school and things like, why did you do this? What is the reasoning? And see where they go with that relationship. So that's the things that I want to see.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Stacey, please.
I really don't think there should be a season 2. I don't really care about the cop angle. Look at Kim.
Oh no, right? She don't know. She don't know. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't really want to see whatever this cop angle thing got going on.
Okay, there you go, Kim.
I'm so sorry, y'all. I apologize.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
I really wanted somebody to be murdered for some reason, so
Besides
maybe Claudia will get it next season, perhaps. I don't know. Like,
it's fine. If you said you don't need to see a second season to begin with, it's fine. Like, I agree. In many ways, this season was a great.
Yeah, I don't want to see any adoptions of random kids or surrogates, or I don't know. Nothing.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I thought season 1 stood alone. I mean, I agree. I mean, they kind of wrapped every main thing up that we kind of care about. Jamani, do you want a season 2? What would you like to see in it?
All right, so let me just first. I want to get some things clarified. So Gideon is the keeper of all secrets. Am I correct? As the executor of the estate,
yes, he
knows about there being 6 children and all of that.
I see where you're going with this. He should have, but we're supposed to be led to believe he did not, because that would have been his trump card. Like, I would have played that when they tried to come at me to be like, you looked at Miriam because you know she got a hold of the baby with your daddy, right? Like that's what I would have did. I would put all that shit on her and this illegitimate white child, biracial child. That's what I would have did. But we're going that somehow he did not know this,
because he's the one who has to
executive the real, like he has to give the money.
So I'm like, that doesn't.
I hear you.
That doesn't make any, like, how does Finn get the money? The 30 million pounds. That's like a plot hole, or I either, like, I don't know. Based on that, I have no idea how he plays a part in the next season for them to show him at the end of it. Like, it's just an anomaly. Like, I see that they're gonna do something with him but I don't know how they're gonna do it because that's a big plot hole. And I'm like, I foresee it being something where he's on like an opposing company or something like that, or something where, because I see Nina when she came into the company, she was like, oh, there's all these biracial models and stuff, whatever. And now we're gonna get somebody dark skinned, and it's gonna be like, she's gonna say something like that and offend him. And I see that being like something to like fuel animosity between the two of them or something like that. I see Gus being like, oh, I got a cop touched. Now I'm empowered. So now what I'm going to do is whenever something is brewing between another company or something, yeah, I'm just going to be behind the scenes making plays with me and my investigator. We're going to find some dirt and, go out there and do some stuff. And whenever you get mad at me, I'm just going to throw that in your face.
It's funny you should say that, because I actually thought that's what he hired the investigator for, was looking into Nina, and he didn't. Like, he went after the cop, and I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? I mean, I'm saying, like, because if you're trying to get Nina and Simon out of your company, you should focus on that first, and get your company back. And so the fact
I agree with that. That's what I thought he was doing. I didn't understand the whole cop thing.
Right.
Still don't understand it. I thought it was against Nina and Simon to get dirt on them so that he could use that and bring it to the board. But no, it was about that. I didn't understand that.
He should have hired a couple of street cop boys to whoop this man's ass and be done with it. Like, I mean, the man didn't even touch him. But if you want to go through all this, just get this man's ass whooped and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
but this is an unnecessary drama, especially at the end. I was like, what? Like, why is this guy like coming and roughing you? Like, what?
Like, who are you? It didn't make no damn sense. But that's, like, they're just trying to give us something for next season. Anything else?
And I like when they come back next season, I want them to be like, yeah, we gave Andre that position, but in the however time lapse take place, he decided to go somewhere else because like his storyline is dead. Like, just he can move on. Like, there's no reason for him to come back for just. I don't know, he has a sick family member and he had to go and take care of them or something like they do on sitcoms or something.
All right. So Andre's time has come to an end. I think he makes more obstacles than necessary, right? To keep him around, you gotta keep him fucking Claudia, some other random coworker, and it's just unnecessary. Like, so he is. I think he's more of a hindrance and a distraction. That's the word I'm looking for. I think he's a distraction now. And shouldn't be there. So I agree.
I think the mother should come, and there should be that could be the next season. The mother having all the contention with Claudia, and the mother being back in England with the two kids, and if Simon decides to pick a UK surrogate or something like that forces them to all be in the same country and so on and so forth. But seeing the two mothers go at it, I think that would fuel a lot of stuff between
there's gonna be too much teeth stuck in. No.
Because apparently they were friends. I don't know. It was. So anything else? Anything else? I'm sorry.
Oh, that was it.
So in the comments, Marcus says, "Thank you, Marcus, for reminding me. When the white guy at the bar thought Nina was a prostitute, I was like, stop the fuck it." I happened to pause it, and his credit is Silver Fox. Like like he didn't even get a name. I was like, this was unfucking.
That was unnecessary, but he was a cutie. Though. He was a Silver Fox. I thought he was cute. But yes, absolutely. They took it all the way over the edge at that point. I was like, come on now. Like,
there's a beautiful black woman. Drake or
prostitutes.
No, I want to see him at the bar this weekend. Like, I want check my IMDb credits. I was Silver Fox in that new show, Riches.
Get it. Again, the track record of her being like, I get the dick and keep moving. I thought she was gonna be like, I'm gonna get some Zurich dick and keep it moving. And like,
I thought she had swiped white on him, and he just showed up like, "Hey, here I am."
I thought she was gonna sleep with the guy. I did.
She don't fuck white dudes. She
Yes,
you know.
she did.
What are you talking? Well, the guy that she slept with, that guy, I think, isn't he like
He's Middle Eastern
or he's Middle Eastern.
He's Middle Eastern because his dad name was Asim. I was like, awesome.
Yes.
I was like, okay, this is Gangs of London.
Accent came and went because he was supposed to be Irish,
Yeah,
but like his accent kind of came and went. You noticed that?
No, I think that was bad. He's nowhere near Irish. No, he was supposed to be some type.
Well, he's not Irish, but he's from Ireland.
Yeah,
so
he's from Ireland.
He would be Irish, but he's not like.
Yeah, I got you.
Irish.
I'm sorry.
But it was like he was not Irish, and then it was like one line he said that kind of sounded kind of Irish, and I was like,
what?
Where's your dialect coach, dude? Like,
they're like, stick to what you know, baby. Stick to what you know. Maybe that's what it was. I want to see more backstory with the father and the first wife.
I don't.
No.
I don't, and I don't want to see Claudia and what's her name? Yin. Yin. I don't want to see Yin, and I don't want to see Claudia because they've already had their whole little tussle of arguing. Since I don't want to see these two women again arguing over a piece of shit man. Like he wasn't a good man. Like period. So just because he gave you these kids and you had money, he's not a good man, right? So I don't want to see you two women just arguing over a piece of shit man. Like why? Why do we need to see that? I don't want to see it.
That's a very, very good point. We need to move on. We move on to the future.
Move on. Let's explore the children. Let's explore things that that matter.
I felt watching Nina trying to find the few memories of Steven reminded me of Ray Donovan trying to find some good memories of his dad before he was dying, and he was like, we went to the pool that one time.
Yeah, and it was a struggle. It was a struggle for him to find those. Yeah,
but that somehow meant much more because it was the one time he could trust his dad, like he could trust Mitch, and I was like, I get it, like that I got. And he was like, you got to let a bird fly or some shit. And he was like, I get you, Dad. Like, you ain't shit, and I still love you after all. And I was like, that's something. Like, that's something. Like, I guess I wanted that moment. I didn't get that moment. Like, if she was at the gravesite and she and fucking Simon both had their own separate memories of dad time, and that's what they helped them be like, bye, Dad. I loved you the best I could, whatever. And we're moving on. Like, that would have been something. And I could have got that. Like we're doing memories to kind of say, we acknowledge that you were our dad at some level, and we'll see you on the other side. But
there was no memories at all for Simon.
I'm just bad writing. No, like, because he was like,
the only memory that should have been there was the game, because she was like, I'm out of moves. There's nothing else I could do. And he's like, think about it. Think about it. And then she ended up like winning the. I don't even know what that game was.
I don't know what that game is either.
Yeah, I don't know what that game was, but I do understand what he was trying to teach her. To stick to it and focus. Yeah. I
was like, show Monopoly or something. Shit, like show so I can go. Okay, I got it. Like chess. That works. Then I know. I was like, I know Tariq. You'd be like, checkmate. Oh shit, checkmate. Anyway, me too. Thought Gus was having Nina investigated, but maybe there's some more backstory to the cop. Ain't no backstory. He's white and he's racist. That's it.
Yeah, there's no backstory. It was just bad. That was bad writing.
No black cops in Britain. It's just like America. Like when they try to push that racist, ain't no such thing as a black cop. Like I'm surprised they actually had the Muslim cop.
They had the.
Yeah, but see, remember we already had a brown man get on the black mom and black daughter, so that don't count because they can be racist too.
Oh yeah, racist, right?
Right. So anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. This was a positive review. I'm sorry, I don't want you to go back and forth. Like it was a good show. It was a good show. Better than Black Hamptons. Better than The Family Business. I mean, especially this season. Our Kind of People, Kings of Napa. Better far than all those shows. Like I really like what they did.
Which isn't saying much, but
Stacey's hard. But at least they did something. Like I was pleasantly surprised by how good this thing was. And yeah, with or without a second season. But anyway, what did you guys think of it? Please like on the video, comment on the video, share the video. Let your friends and family know about us. Well, this is over good, so we got other things to do next weekend. We got to say goodbye to Let the Right One In. I got a whole rewrite. Like, Stacey, I want you to come.
Why was that review so long? Y'all were on there for like 2 hours.
We just kept talking about random shit. We spent most of the time arguing about the serial killer thing. I figured it out, but I'm gonna wait till next week. I won't bog this interview down with that. But the victimology of serial killer. We spent a lot of time on that, and I think we're just talking past each other. But anyway, everybody was right. But anyway, I got a whole rewrite. I think you're gonna like it. For what that show used to be. So we got that. Fuck, what else we got here? Shit. What else are we doing?
Are we doing the 90s?
Gangs of London.
Gangs of London. We're gonna do a 90s movie. I'm gonna be setting up a tree next weekend. So I mean that may just be it. So Stacey, Terry and I got to put up this tree.
Does anybody know when The Best Man starts?
Oh, 2 weeks. That's the
we gotta do Ruthless, right?
Oh, that's right. Fuck me and you. We got Ruthless, and we got the Oval. So Ruthless starts next week. Yay. We got that. And long term, we got Hush. The first 4 episodes of Hush. For some damn reason. It's black. We black. We're gonna look at it. Let's see what happens. And that's what we do. We're committed to black.
You still doing Chippendales or?
Oh, that's right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Chippendales. We got Chippendales this weekend. We got that. The killer.
Did y'all do that already?
Huh?
Did y'all do that already?
What?
Yeah, we did the Killer Sally today.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all did Killer Sally. Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, you said you want to be outside. So anyway, yeah, we got Chippendales this weekend. Thank you, Jamani. So we got Chippendales first 4 episodes. Keep your G strings on. We will be discussing that. It's a lot of things. Anyway, check the channel. Love y'all. You have a great week.
Have a great week, everybody.
Later. Stacey, I will see you for the Oval. Because commitments.
And it's fun to watch. I love it.
Silliness.
It's fun to watch you guys. That show is trash, but I like it.
You started off the month very strong. December 1st. That Bitchtopia.
Yeah.
Down was that was